Saturday morning, and I'm down at work, even though I vowed after the past couple weekends I've had where I had alarm call after alarm call down here. I vowed I was not going to go into work at all this weekend, but guess what? I'm here. Anyway, my wife ran over a screw in her Suburban and punctured the tire. So I'm just gonna throw a plug into it. Alright, so I got my plug on here, my plug rope. I put some rubber cement all over it, get it all gooey. Ew, it's so gross. So gross. Alright, nice and slimy. Alright, had to take a break, so I shut the camera off. And I didn't turn it back on anyway. So, had to switch over to my other plugs. Not the $7 part store plugs, but the $11 part store plugs, because the first attempt didn't work so well. Anyway, here's where we're at. We're gonna let that sit, let that sit for a little bit. Let the vulcanization of the cement happen, and then I'll trim the tops of the plug sticking out, trim that off and fill her up and put her on. All right, update. So I put the plug in, the plug went in very nicely. However, it was still leaking air, which was what I was worried about, because when I pulled the screw out, it's been a couple days and I didn't really pay attention to when I was pulling it out, unfortunately. And yeah, so I kind of forgot the angle of the entry hole, which is a problem. So when I put the plug in, I went straight up and down. Well, the screw wasn't straight up and down. I don't know if you can see this. We're gonna try and see it here though. But here's where the plug is. And right here is where the screw penetrated. So the plug worked, however, the actual hole, the entry point of the actual hole was way different than the penetrant point of the screw. So I'm out of patches, so I gotta go to the parts store and get some patches, and I'll do an actual patch instead of a plug, which is actually, for all intents and purposes, a better repair. So it'll be much better when it's all done. All right, it's patched. Now we're going to balance it. So we're heading to Evergreen to get our race car teched. It's a wonderful day to be pulling a big gooseneck trailer. Great weather, great weather. It's been like clear all week and it's supposed to be clear again tomorrow. It's just today we have a little bit of a blizzard. Roads are slightly slick. All right, so we just got teched down here in Evergreen with Tom. Tom,
Yep.
tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
I do custom metal work and then have a 4400 car and a class 11 and a little Razor 170 for our daughter to race and just try to have fun.
Awesome. And what's your team? Is it
Fire River Racing.
Fire River Racing? Cool. So you can see it's a beautiful day to be driving around Evergreen, going over Berthoud Pass, I-70, all that. But we made it down here.
Yep.
Just got done with tech. Did we pass?
Yes, you did.
Yes, we passed. So excited. Thank you so much for taking care of us, and very happy to meet you guys and see your beautiful shop, which I'm incredibly jealous of.
Thank you.
But anyway, so excited. So excited.
Got it hard. Got it. Or don't. I mean, that works.
Time for another cold start video. It's not that cold right now, and it only got down to like 15 below last night, but any opportunity to do a cold start is a good opportunity. A little colder than I thought, I guess. Nice and frosty. Well, we're getting the race trailer tow rig ready to go. And that involved taking off this camper trailer.
Is the door locked?
Joe locks everything. Got a cooler with wet test, headed to Louisville, dropped that off at Seacrest Labs, and then I got a doctor's appointment I'm gonna hit real quick on the way back up, but beautiful day. Isn't too promising. I'm heading into Empire, and it looks like I'm driving into a cloud bank. That could be a problem. But it's crazy because literally like 5 miles, not even a mile back, it was crystal clear. You couldn't see any clouds, and now all of a sudden here's a wall of cloud and we're driving right into it. Mountains for ya. Alright, it's awful down here. I'm on the Boulder Turnpike. Why do people do this? Apparently the shoulder's a top secret squirrel lane that I don't know about. Don't know. Anyway, it's pretty slick. It's pretty nasty. Usually when you go to the city to get away from bad weather, go down to the Front Range, it's nice. But that's the opposite. It's the opposite for today. Everything's covered in ice. It's slick. It's like a skating rink, only not as fun. And more expensive. Oh, it's so slick. I'm gonna fall on my butt. It is freaking ridiculously slick. It's covered in ice. I feel like I'm a kid back in Nebraska. Only it's Colorado. It's not supposed to do this here. All right, now I gotta go drive clear from Louisville back up to Granby. Wish me luck. Well, here we are, back in Empire. And just like that, like at the snap of a finger, it's a beautiful day. I almost died on Floyd Hill and all over on the Front Range, and here it's beautiful. The mountains are weird, but I love them.
Hi, guess what I did? I made carrot and
Wow. On that note, I'm gonna see you around like a donut.